Welcome back, folks, for another edition of Sit Down with the Superintendent. I'm your Superintendent, Aaron Johnson, and I'm very happy to have two outstanding educators here with me today. We had Gerard Porter and Corey Rhoney, both from the Dake Jr. High School. And today we're here to talk about the Adam Milne game, which is next Friday at 7 p.m. So if we could start out, and if you could just tell me a little bit about Adam Milne and the history of the game here in Western Rhoney. Why do we do this, and why is this important for us?
So Mr. Milne was a social studies teacher at the high school when I was a senior, and he was one of the influences for me to pursue being a teacher myself. And he always had a famous quote of, "Go forth and spread joy," after the end of each of his classes. And I always thought that that was a powerful message to send to people. And he passed away from leukemia, and it was really tough for the student body to kind of grapple with that. I remember being pulled into the high school gym, and we were told by Mr. Crane, our principal at the time, that he had passed the night before. And it was something that I'll never forget, and his memory lives on because of this game that we're hosting next Friday.
I think it's a great opportunity for everybody to come out and really support. You know, the school suffered a big loss with Mr. Milne, and I think holding such an event like this in his honor and in his memory is a really great way to kind of show your support.
And you know, all the proceeds go to leukemia, lymphoma, and the Society of with Parkinson's, the foundation here in Rochester and the greater United States here. And I think one thing that I picked up on there is his spirit lives on, and the fact that I think Adam would be smiling down, because having been here for 4 years, what I really enjoy is the camaraderie and the way it brings our people together, not only our staff but our students. And it's a packed gym. The kids are cheering for our staff. You got the family there. And so there's just a lot of energy that comes around this. And I appreciate being a part of that. So my next question is, how did this fun charity game get started?
Mr. Milne's wife was an employee at the Webster Thomas High School. And Webster Thomas volunteered to play a charity basketball game in celebration of his life, and it was Webster Thomas's faculty and staff versus Irondequoit's faculty and staff. And for several years, that was the status quo. We played these rivalries between the two schools. We would go from Webster Thomas back to the high school, alternating venues, and it was just intense because there was a lot of games that were incredibly close. And unfortunately, as years passed, Mrs. Milne remarried and moved out of state. And we were left scrambling with what to do next, because Webster Thomas started their own charity basketball game, and Irondequoit was left with what to do next. So we brainstormed and we came up with the idea of the junior high versus the high school. And faculty and staff coming together to just have a lot of fun. And I think that that happens each and every year.
Well, like I said, certainly is full of energy. It energizes the people on the floor. It energizes the students in the fan. But what is it like to play in that game, or to be a part of that game? What is that experience like for us?
Well, so speaking from experience, I've played in the game for the last 6 or so years, and a couple of years I coached. I say that loosely. And it was always fun, whether I was on the court or I was standing on the sidelines cheering on all of my colleagues. There's never any malice. It's not really about who wins or loses at the end of the day. It's just about getting out there and having fun and supporting the charity of choice for that year. The kids, the students and staff alike come out to support, and whether they're an IHS student or a Dake student, or even family members of players on the team, it's just a fantastic environment. It's really supportive. Everybody's cheering. It's really fun to be a part of.
Yeah, and at times it feels as if the roof is going to blow off the building, just because how passionate the crowd gets with cheering for their teachers and staff members. So it is a awesome venue to go check out. So we encourage people to check it out next Friday.
Well, that's one thing that I love about Western Irondequoit is that sense of community that you describe here and the way that we rally around one another with that. And again, I know the practices have started for our staff. How many practices have we gotten in so far, and what are those like for staff?
Should we tell them about the playbook?
Oh, yeah. Keep that secret
sorry.
in case
I'm supposed
IHS
to
people are listening.
Mention that, yes.
So we practice a couple of days a week, and it's a great opportunity to get together with the staff, have some fun in the gym after school, and it's a lot of fun because we get to communicate and catch up with high school players that come over from next door, and it's just a great opportunity to tie in practice as well as an opportunity just to hang out with your fellow colleagues.
Yeah. So it's more than just the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the
Absolutely.
camaraderie and bringing people together.
Yep.
So every year there's a theme. And what's this year's theme?
Well, so every year there's a different theme, and there's also, in the past few years, we've decided to kind of spread the wealth in terms of charities. So a few years ago, we tag teamed Leukemia Lymphoma Society, which I know you mentioned earlier, and the Parkinson's Foundation. And this year, we chose a cause that is near and dear to the hearts of one of our colleagues' family members, the Diabetes Foundation.
Okay.
So we are playing in support of that charity this year. But the theme that we've chosen is mullets. I wish I had brought my mullet with me today.
You don't carry it with you all the time?
No, you know what? I don't.
Mine's in my truck.
Okay.
There you go. But we are asking people who are playing to feel free to join in. You can have a, fake mullet like I will, or if you want to get brave and do the real deal, you're welcome to do that too. So even people coming out to support, if you want to don a mullet, then we welcome you to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we sold to the student body and staff a T-shirt that has a eagle on it with a mullet and glasses and a headband, an American flag headband, and they are really inspiring shirts that we charge $10 for each shirt, and $5 will go towards the Diabetes Association.
Okay.
And it's something that we chose for this year, like Mrs. Rhoney mentioned, as something that's near and dear to the community here in West Irondequoit. And it's something that a lot of people can connect to as far as battling an illness. So it's a goal of ours to pick a charity each year that we can add on to the event.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like that you connect it back to our people, right? And there's many of us know people or are directly dealing with some of these things. And so the fact, again, I think that's a testament to our people and the love and care that we have for one another, including our staff, our students, and our families.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
We sold over 150 T-shirts, so hopefully you'll see them at the game.
Yeah, a keepsake.
A keepsake,
There
yeah.
you go. Well, any final words before we conclude our session today?
I think I would just like to, invite everybody who wants to come out and support this great cause. Come and cheer on IHS and Dake as we battle it out to see who's going to be on top this year. Do you remember who won last year?
Pretty sure Dake did.
Oh, that's right.
It was by almost a landslide, I think. But with that, again, thank you both for joining me today for another edition of Sit Down with the Superintendent. And I look forward to the next one.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Dr. John.